Hello, welcome to my channel. This is the page that I'm doing today, and so this is going to be a technique kind of type of page, but also a page because I kind of suck at white space. And what I mean by white space is looking through all my journals, they're colorful and pretty, and mostly the only white that I have, or cream or whatnot, is because of the Posca paint pen, and you really don't want to have to rely on a Posca paint pen to give you your white space. So that's what I'm going to be kind of working with today, is the white and the black, or the cream and the black. But to get started, I am just going to take the Bubblegum Pink and I'm going to go over the entire page, and I will be right back. Now that we have our background all colored in, what I have done is I have taken some of my 80-pound cardstock and I cut two pieces. The first one is 9 inches long by 5 inches high. So it's 5 inches tall, 9 inches long. And then I scored it. The first score was at 3 inches. And then the second score I did at 6 1/8 inch, and then I just folded it in. The one that I folded in that was 6 1/8, where I scored it, that one I folded in first because it's just a little bit smaller, and that allows you to be able to make a much smoother trifold. But I also made this one that is, let me see, I'm trying to remember. Oh, it is 5 inches long and 3 inches tall, and then I scored it at 1/4 of an inch and then 5/8 of an inch, and that allowed me an 1/8 of an inch gap because I am going to put other things in here, not just pictures. That's going to give me some bulk whenever you fold it over. You're just going to fold it on your score lines, and you'll have this little 1/2 inch mark here, or 1/2 inch thing here, that we are essentially going to take and attach it like this. Just like that. So let's move this aside because I'll show you what else I have. And then I took the Dylusions, one of the Dylusions black journals, or Dialogs, apart, and I cut, let's see, there's 6 of them total, and they are, they are 4.5 inches tall and 2.5 inches wide. And my plan is to take and mat them down. Let's see here. On each one of the openings, like this. Except there's 2 of them that if you use the journals, they have the curved edges, that you'll end up getting a curved edge. So what I did was I went around and I just curved the other 4 edges. Like that. Those are going to go on the outside of here. So let's pretend that this is back here where it goes for the moment. And then this is going to go up here. Something along those lines. I may need to cut it down just a little bit. I think I will, but not yet. And then what I did was I had gotten, these are from the 3 Little Maids stamp set, and I just colored this one in with Bubblegum Pink, and I believe that's Cherry Pie. So Bubblegum Pink and Cherry Pie. So I'll set her there. This one is, let me see, that is Calypso Teal, and Blue Lagoon is the darker blue. And then this one is Island Parrot and Dirty Martini. So those go there for the moment. They're not to represent anything. This is actually a play page for me to practice using my white spacer, adding white spaces and adding the white for accent, as opposed to going in with my Posca paint pen and doing it that way, or just using the black. What else I have here is I had cut out, stamped, colored, and cut 3 of the crowns from the Dylusions Starstruck, and I colored it in with vanilla custard, and then I shadowed it with the Desert Sand, and I used the Bubblegum Pink for the gems on this one. So she's going to have her lovely little Bubblegum Pink hat. And then I used the Calypso Teal for the gems on that one. And this one, the Island Parrot. So they're each going to have their little crowns. Okay. I'm just kind of getting an idea where I need to lay them at to make them kind of even. I always forget that white can make your colors pop. And that's why even on the faces, normally I'll take Desert Sand and I'll color them in. I'm not. I want to leave the white because the black makes it pop even more, especially with the colors. It's just, I always forget that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to stick the black mats down. And then I'll stick these on these 3 only. So we'll move this guy aside for just a second. I'm going to work on this piece. So I'll do that really quick and I'll be right back. Alright, so this is what we have so far. I went ahead and put all my black mats on, even the ones on my outer flips here. You don't need one back here, which would be your center, because that's what's going to get stuck down onto the page. But it is pretty thick, and that is why I left myself that 1/8 of an inch up here. So let's get ready to start let's get this stuck down on here. And all I'm going to do, on the inside of where it's bent, I'm going to put double-sided tape and a little bit of glue, and I'm just going to stick it to the back piece here that we didn't put the black mat on, so the back of the center. Alright, now what I want to do is I want to work on the front here. So what I've done is I have 2 more pieces of the Dylusions black cardstock, and it is, let's see, 2.5 inches wide by 1 1/4 inches tall. Both of them are. So I figure I'm going to put one here somewhere, and then one over here somewhere. And I also have, from the 3 Little Maids set, these little, I think they're supposed to be leaves, but they kind of look like hearts to me. So I have those, and I'm going to put one over here on the side, and one over here on this side, just for a little something extra. And then from the Starstruck set, I have this, which is the little border pieces. But the reason why they're already kind of cut is because I had a scrap sheet of paper that was only that wide. And that's what I stamped it on. I tend to use as much of my scraps as I can. And the same thing with this one. So I figured what I thought I wanted to do here was I want to put this down here like so. Because honestly, it reminds me of snow or ice or icing or just whatever. I wanted to put it there. So that'll go there. And let's move this aside for just a second. And then obviously, sorry about that noise, guys. Oh, I'm going to have a top and a bottom border. And this is what I'm going to use for them. So let's just see what we're working with here. Oh, it's going to be a very bright page. But that's okay. Alright. I think I kind of like it like that. It's very simple, very basic. So I'm going to go ahead and get these stuck down really quick. Okay, so before we stick this piece down, there's one more component that I need to make. Or show you how I made, actually. Because essentially this is going to go here, right smack in the middle, and that's pretty thick. I mean, that 1/8 of an inch is almost full, so if I wanted to add a little bit more, I could. But what I want is, because I know that this, I mean, it needs to lay down. So what I took, I think it's called the Dylusions Stickets or something like that. Here, I have a thing of these. And they're little, like, post-it note type things. So I just took the little green arrow and I backed it on a piece of the black cardstock. And I took my pokey tool and I poked me a hole, just like this. Just like so. And what I want to do is I want to put it down here. want to get me an idea of where, though. Probably make sure that's in the right place. So I do want it to be centered. So I am gonna say probably about here. So I'm going to take both pieces together, and I've already put double-sided tape on the back here, so it might be a little bit of a pain in the butt, but I'm just going to stick it straight through both pieces. And I believe what that's going to allow me to do is have it, yep. So now all I need to do is I have a itsy bitsy teeny tiny brad, and this is a dark green. Just going to stick it through both the arrow and the border piece. Open her up. And then get ready to stick this down. And that should hold that down as well. Yes. So I'm going to get the double-sided tape off of here, and then I'm going to get it stuck down to the page, and I'll be right back. And then what I want to do is I'm actually looking at this, and I think I'm going to make it where I can tuck a tag in the background, or in the back. So in order to do that, all you have to do, pick up your piece, and on the back side, you're going to go down the left side, down the right side, and across the bottom with double-sided tape. However, this is only 3 inches wide, so you'll only be able to get away with using the 1/4 inch double-sided tape right up to the edge if you want to use one of the tags. And because this is just, I had sprayed some tags and I used a mop-up sheet and stuck it down on top of it. This is just to kind of give me an idea of how far down I want it to go. So we'll have it, and I can tuck it as far as that if I really wanted to. How far down is that? Oh, that still gives me a plenty, so I'm going to mark that. And I'm going to put double-sided tape all the way up to that point, so that way it gives it the extra security of holding it onto the page as well. Okay, and that is it, guys. That is my page for the day. I'm sorry it's kind of a boring tutorial because I already had everything cut out and ready to roll. But again, I forgot that just using the white and the black can make the colors pop. Like if you look, it makes the pink pop off even more. But what I have is here, I could have put another mat here and made that my journal spot. I think I'm just going to put the date up here. And then you turn this, you flip up, and I have journaling, or area for journaling here, as well as here and here. But then when it's all open, you get this really cute little trifold. Now you could do whatever you want to on each one of these. You could have all these journaling and these be pictures or whatnot. I'm just going to leave it as it is. And then of course, you know, you can just play around with the little arrow. But as well, on top of having those, I made it where it's got a tuck spot for a tag in the back. So you can write front and back. I'm not even going to decorate the tag or anything. I'm going to leave it just like that and then decide what I want to write. And yeah. So I hope that there's something on this page that gives you guys inspiration for your journal pages. If you liked the video, please give it a like. I thank you so very much for watching. And until the next time, I hope you stay safe, stay warm, and I'll see you later. Bye-bye.